Hi guys, it is Alyssa. I am so excited to announce this project that has been on my heart since this past summer when I had the unforgettable opportunity to go on a missions trip through South Lake Students and YWAM to Tijuana, Mexico. And as many of you know, I fundraised almost the entirety of the trip by making friendship bracelets and selling them, and was so grateful for the support from my friends and family through buying them, and truly cannot thank you all enough for that. However, I had no idea how prominent these bracelets were going to be in Mexico as well. One of my favorite days that we had in Mexico was a day that we got to spend at a local church that was housing immigrant and refugee children and their families, and we were all in stations, and of course I was at the bracelet making station, and just to see the amount of joy that these tiny pieces of colored thread brought to these kids, and just the beauty in the colors and their faces and how they lit up every time they figured out how to make them, or I gave them one, or they asked for one, was something that really hit me. And I realized that I would have stayed all day if I could have made a bracelet for everybody there. And as we were leaving, this little girl named Reina, who was 5 and she was from El Salvador, came up to me and asked if I could make her a bracelet really fast, and unfortunately I didn't have enough time, so I took off one of the bracelets that I had made for myself earlier and gave it to her, and in Spanish she said, "Now I can't forget you." And she very quickly grabbed a string and some beads and made me a friendship bracelet as well, and said, "Now you can't forget me," and I have not taken it off yet. And this really stayed with me because I realized that these tiny pieces of thread were reminding these kids that they're not alone in what they're going through right now, and however much they might hear about it, there is support for them, and we acknowledge them and what they're going through, and just want them to know that they are loved and accepted and valued. And I didn't realize that this was going to be such a big calling for me, but I decided to start this project that is called Pulseras de Esperanza, which translates to bracelets of hope, where I make doubles of every bracelet I make, and they're pretty simple bracelets. And I am going to be selling these for $10, and for $10 you are going to get a bracelet, and a bracelet is also going to be sent to that center in Tijuana, Mexico, and with a Bible verse of your choice, or just a saying or a quote that I can translate to Spanish, and these are going to be given to the kids and families that are currently waiting for asylum in America. And this project is really important to me because I started to realize while we were there that we never know how much of the gospel and how much of the knowledge about Jesus Christ is going to stay with them, but what is going to stay with them is the feelings that we have towards them, and if we make them feel loved and we make them feel accepted, that's what they're going to remember. And it's hard to remember those things sometimes, and it is so nice to have a physical thing to remember those by, and that's why I started this project. So I'm going to put an Instagram right here, and it is for Pulseras de Esperanza, and I'm going to do my best to make as many as I can so that everybody there has one of these on their wrist.